Hi everyone, I'm so glad you could join me today for our English lesson. Before I start, can you tell me what story we've been learning about this week? Can you tell me? That's right, we've been learning all about the story Jack and the Beanstalk, and hopefully you've watched it and enjoyed our video. So I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see what we're doing today. So let's read our objective together. So my turn, then your turn. So can I use adjectives to describe the giant? Fantastic. And it's supposed to have a question mark on the end there because it is a question. That's right. I don't know where that question mark's gone. Oh, it's there hiding. So anyway, can I use adjectives to describe the giant? Fantastic. So what's an adjective, I hear you say? Well, let's remind ourselves. So I want you to do your best thinking faces. What is an adjective? Let's have a think. Can you tell me? That's right. An adjective is a describing word. Let me read this passage to you, and then I want you to see if you can spot the adjectives. So you can either point to your screen or you can tell me. So let's read it together. You ready? On the way, Jack met a strange little man. "I'll give you these for your cow," said the little man, holding out 5 wrinkly dried beans. So let's have a look again at that first sentence and then see if we can spot the adjectives. Oop, moving it. On the way, Jack met a strange little man. So what words has the author used to describe the man? Can you tell me? That's right, he's used the adjective strange. Highlight it. He's used the adjective strange and he's used the adjective little. Fantastic. Let's have a look at this last sentence, or this last part of the sentence. Holding out 5 wrinkly dried beans. What adjectives has the author used to describe the beans? Can you tell me? That's right, he has used the adjective wrinkly and the adjective dried to describe the beans. Okay, now I'm going to show you some pictures of some gruesome looking giants. And whilst I'm showing you them, I want you to have a think carefully about what adjectives you might use to describe this giant. So let's have a look at this first picture. Oh, it's very ugly. What adjectives might you use to describe the giant or the different parts of his face? Have a think. Okay, should I tell you some I came up with? I thought we could say about his fanged teeth or pointy teeth. He's also got very pointy elf-like ears. They're a bit like an elf's ears. I know. I've got an adjective to describe his eyebrows too. They're very bushy, aren't they? If you look at his forehead as well, you could say it's very wrinkly, and we learned about that in our vocabulary the other day, didn't we? Wrinkly means he's got lots of lines in his skin. Let's have a look at our next picture. Right, have a think now. I'm going to let you think, and then I'm going to come up with some. Can you tell me? Well done. I had somebody saying he's got a long red nose because he has got a very long nose. He's also got, when he's frowning like that, we call it furrowed. Can you say that? Furrowed. He's got a furrowed brow. He's also got a very big jaw. Let's have a look at our next picture. Oh my goodness, can you see him? So this is another giant. Can you think of any adjectives to describe this giant? Have to think first. Can you tell me? Fantastic. So he's also got a very furrowed brow and he's got lots of scarred skin, hasn't he? You can see lots of scarred, dry skin as well. He looks quite dry and he's got dry lips. And we could also say he's got a very big nose, but I think we can think of a better adjective than big. I think I can think of the one large or giant. He's got a giant or large or maybe enormous nose. He's also got warts on his skin. Those little lumps, hasn't he? He's got warts on his skin, a bit like the gruffalo. And he's got very tangled, matted hair, meaning it's really hard to brush through. Okay, let's have a quick look now at some of the adjectives I thought of to describe our giant. So, do you know what this one is? Can you tell me? That's right, it's matted. So I thought the adjective matted to describe his tangled beard. I also saw I put eyebrows here, that's the noun, the naming word, the name of it. Can you see what adjective I've chosen? Bushy, that's right. Got bushy eyebrows. You can't even see them with all the hair. And I put here eyes. Can you see that? Eyes. What adjective do you think I've used to describe his eyes? Shall I show you? I've chosen beady, which means they're really small. Beady. And here I have got, oops, pointing to the wrong part there, isn't it? Let's move it down a little bit. There we go. There's his nose. It's pointing to it now. And it says here a large nose because he has got a large nose. Now, you can modify any of these words. Remember, like when we spoke about with our vocabulary the other day, if you want to steal some of my words, I will let you write those down. So when we come to do our own descriptions, you can use some of those words. I've got some more at the bottom here as well. And these describe what he's like as a person. So not what he looks like, but what he's like as a person. So I put, he could be very mean or foolish. Let's try that one. Foolish. Now, foolish means when you're not very clever, you're a bit foolish. We've got here mysterious. Mysterious. And mysterious means when there's not really a lot of facts known about giants, are there? We don't see them all the time. So because we don't see them all the time, we don't know a lot about them. You could say they're very mysterious. We've also got the adjective wicked. And wicked means when you're not very kind, you're very wicked. And this one here, dim, and that means the same as foolish. It means you're not very clever, you're a bit dim. And we've got this last one here, ugly. Now, he's not very pretty to look at, is he? He's a bit ugly. Okay, so my suggestion to you today is I thought you could draw a picture of your giant and write down some interesting adjectives to describe him. Or you can choose a few to put into some interesting sentences. So let's have a look. I've had a go. So here we go. I've drawn this picture of my giant. Keep the giant up here. Just change that. Giant. And here I thought of some adjectives to describe him. So I've got hairy ears, beady eyes, mean, ugly, foolish, wicked, and silly. And then I've put some of these adjectives into some sentences. So I've put, the giant is wicked and mean. Full stop. New sentence. Just the letter. He has slimy green skin. Full stop. Okay, so here's what I'm looking for you to do. So write a sentence with an adjective. Check that your sentence makes sense when you read it out loud. Check to see if you've got capital letters and that you've used a full stop. And don't forget those finger spaces. Thank you for listening today, and I can't wait to see all of your hard work on Tapestry. Bye, year one.